You ready for an exhilarating adventure? Then look no further than Ride Excursions and Tours. Get ready to explore the great outdoors like never before with our powerful e-bikes. Discover breathtaking sightseeing tours around the island. Feel the wind in your hair and experience nature in its purest form. Now, whether you're a seasoned rider or a beginner, our e-bikes are perfect for everyone. Call us at 473-422-1011 to book your excursion or visit ridersebikes.com. That's ridersebike.com to reserve your spot. Unleash your adventurous spirit with Ride Excursions and Tours, where every journey becomes an unforgettable adventure.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
Yeah, Ride Along Live, welcome to the ride. Welcome to Monday. How are you doing, happy people? Riders for life. Big up. Oh, Lord of mercy. Guys, I'm coming off a very exciting weekend. Wow. As you know, we're in Grenada, and this Sunday, yesterday, we had our very first Riders Excursion and Tours official ride in St. Mark. It was beyond my expectation, guys, my wildest expectation. In fact, when I was conceptualizing this, I really didn't expect it to be so much fun. But in fact, it was so much fun. I got to big up everyone who made it all possible. Mr. Simon Green, we have Nature Tours, we have Fantastic Cruise Tours. Let me tell you guys, everybody who participated and make Ride St. Mark a success, thank you, hats off to you, I appreciate you so much. Yes! And I got to say thank you for everyone who went on the ride with us. It was great. It was amazing. It was all of that stuff. Yes? Don't worry if you missed out this weekend, last weekend. Next weekend, we're heading off to St. Patrick. So we're going to be in St. Patrick next weekend, and we want to see you guys there. In fact, the thing already almost sold out already, you know. So if you want to be a part of the Ride St. Patrick, you got to inbox us now. Don't waste no time. Get your group and inbox us now, because we have limited bikes available, all right? Limited bikes, guys. And also, following that, we have a ride called Grenada Independence Ride, right? We're paying tribute to the former Prime Minister, Gary, right? So we are actually gonna do a whole excursion ride around Gary. It's gonna be really exciting, and that's for the 2nd. So you guys could go on the website and start booking your excursion. If you're going to be in Grenada for Independence, you don't want to miss out on our exciting rides we have lined up for you guys. All right. Click the link, guys. Book as soon as, before the program finishes, you have to book. So anyway, enough talk. I already started late. And Ride Along Live is a platform that boasts about everyone having a story to tell, right? And this particular program is no different. So earlier in the late month, we had Samantha Harris, who was a contestant on the Miss Plus Size Universe pageant that was held in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now, Samantha expressed her dissatisfaction with what happened to her as a part of that particular, being a part of that particular pageant. In fact, she claims an accusation towards the founder, Miss Pearl Williams, was that, listen, plain and simple, she did not get paid. And a lot of the obligation, a lot of the things that were supposed to be handled was not handled. She was not satisfied. She is an unsatisfied camper. She expressed her dissatisfaction towards the organization of the event as well. But as I said, this platform gives everybody an opportunity to voice their side of the story. So just a little while ago, well, in fact, we've been trying to reach out to Miss Pearl Williams to get her side of the story, and she accepted just a little while ago, and she's on the line here with us. Miss Williams, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me loud and clear? Good night to you, Mr. George. Good night to the people in Grenada, especially the riders. I think we had some of your riders in St. Vincent and the Grenadines for our independence ride, and it was our 40th anniversary. Yeah. And those guys, you know, while Samantha was here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, those guys big her up, right? They rev up the bike, they make people to understand, listen, we are from Grenada and we are here to support you. So big up to all the folks in Grenada. And Mr. George, I must say to you, some of my roots is also from Grenada, all right? Oh, really? I think my grandmother's sister is somewhere in Grenville, yeah? And we know of her, the Williams family in Grenada, and the Johns, all right? So let's say big up to you guys. Yes, I'm here tonight and I'm very delighted to be part of your program. You know, I thought that in all the haste of everything, let us give some time to all of this, all right? Now, first of all, we'd like to send greetings to our former contestant, Miss and former Queen, Miss Samantha Harris, and the Curvy organization, who've done a significant and a magnificent job on the local leg of their pageant in Grenada. You know, as a director.
Let me guide it a little bit. I know you got a lot to say. We got a lot to discuss and we have some time.
Okay.
Let me just learn a little bit before we get into that. Let me just learn a little bit about you and a little bit about the organization and the founding of the organization.
Okay.
And the premise why the organization was founded.
Okay, so first of all, my name, let me go back, Mrs. Pearl Williams. I'm originally from South. I'm a South girl from Trinidad and Tobago. I migrated here because my family, my brothers, sisters, grandparents, and so on, lives here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I've migrated here for over 40 years, let's say 40 years and above. I'm a former beauty queen, a former model, a former athlete of Trinidad and Tobago, being, you know, an athlete with the Texaco Sports Club. I know Mr. Hazley Crawford and all these guys who are into that background will identify with this name. Pearl Adams was my former name before getting married to Williams, my husband, Williams. Okay, so I was a former athlete, the national entries of Trinidad and Tobago, a former model and a crown queen. I am a student, a business student at the Stenotype College, Modern Business School. I've studied business management and all of that. You know, I'm heavily involved back in Trinidad in the fashion industry and so on, and then migrated to St. Vincent after my marriage and so on, coming to St. Vincent. Now, in my practice back in Trinidad, you know, business management and all of that is my practice. I started Butex International. That is the name of my brand back in school at Modern Business School, and have started there, you know, modeling for some of the top brands in Trinidad and Tobago on stage, you know, and so on. Okay. So I came up with the name Butex International, representing beauty, textile, and style. Yeah. And so I combined both words and was not in, you know, after that it was history. I've staged Miss San Fernando, being the first woman to stage Miss San Fernando, which is my should I use my Providence or my constituency, San Fernando Gasparilla.
Right.
Yes. So then from there, I started and was not going on. All right. Now, what I recognized during all of this, my mom, who was a plus size woman, very beautiful. Yes. Had an issue with her size home. You know, she will dress this nice and ask, do you think I look good? And that sort of thing, you know. Low self-esteem as a beautiful woman, right? In the future, I'll send you her photo so you'll see what I'm speaking about. And I took the opportunity looking at the stigma that follows plus size woman. You look so fat, why you don't pay for 2 seats? If you're going to the plane or you're going to do whatever it is, occupy 2 seats because they're too big. You know, you're not looking good and that sort of thing. But my father never had an issue with my mother's size. And so I grew into that and made this my platform, not only with my mom, but as attending school and what's not, you find plus size women crying out,
Right.
you know, while we're traveling in the bus, people say, girl, he's around, move your big self out of the way, you know, that sort of thing.
Right.
So I created this brand to remove the stigma, to create more consciousness, more self-confidence, you know, that women can go out and be brave and be accepted. And I've started this many years ago.
All right.
Now I've started with the name Big and Beautiful, which everybody knew locally in St. Vincent.
Right.
And with time, we were able to send our girls out to represent St. Vincent internationally. And I believe at that time I won the right to create my own brand, which I did. Now, I'm trying to say to you, Beautex International started in Trinidad in school.
Right.
I migrated to St. Vincent and carried the vision with me and decided this is what I'm going to do.
Okay,
right?
perfect.
So I've had a number of years staging this pageant with local girls in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we've done a fantastic job. The fact that, I mean, if I turn my camera on, the Minister of Culture,
the folks would love to see you, by the way.
Yes, the Minister of Culture in this country and our Prime Minister gave us a plaque for outstanding work in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which we still have. Right. And additional to that, we also have 25 awards, you know, being the top director in 2001 for excellent work.
Right.
Now,
so hold on. So you are, as far as your list, you are a qualified person in the field. You have been doing this for quite a while.
Yes.
And you have accolades to your name from doing this.
Yes.
Right. All right.
Yes.
So let's get into this specific event and this specific last event that was held last October in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yes.
What are the criteria in terms of selecting contestants for the event?
Yes, and I really like that question. Very good question. Now, Miss Plus Size Universe, we are just our board, and we have a board of directors, will extend invitation to some of the plus size agency asking to participate or soliciting contestants asking to participate in this event.
Right.
That the fact that we know most of these plus size agencies and houses and organizations are similar to our objective, woman empowerment and whatnot. So we reach out to Grenada, knowing that Grenada has just started their curvy show and decided this is what it is. We're going to send the information. Now, you must, in terms of the requirements, you must have a specific weight, height, education background, a clean police record, and all of this. You must be educated to some point within 5, 6 O levels, you know, because when you carry the brand, you must be articulate, you must know about personal development and so on, right? Because we are looking, our objective is to have a brand that persons can go out and represent this brand internationally. All right.
Right.
So that was our criteria, having a clean police record, a certain height, being able, you know, to have a clean record, that they must be within the winners, in the winners row. You have to be either the queen, first or third runner up. Okay. So this was, you know, this was the categories and the requirement of Miss Plus Size Universe.
So this was not the first. This is not the first plus size universe that was held, of course.
No.
You had prior to this, right? In fact, we did get correspondence from some of your previous winners.
Yes.
We'll talk about that in a little while, but based on all the information that we received, this event has been going on for quite a while.
Yes, of course.
You have been providing this particular service. So Samantha was the contestant from Grenada. How many total contestants was there or supposed to represent, and what countries did they represent?
Okay, for the beginning, we've had 100 participants around the world who expressed an interest to participate.
100?
And
100?
Yeah, 100. Yes, 100.
Wow.
We've had some girls, some of the delegates that did not reach the requirements or could not pass our requirements and had to eliminate.
Right.
Apart from that, yes, we've had a preliminary round of the competition where some of the women could not participate in. And what we did, based on their background, based on what they required, we decided to accept those contestants. So that is where we went.
What did the contestant have to do now if they were qualified to be a part of the competition? What was the financial obligation of those contestants?
Okay, so when as your organization that you are representing, right, being in the winners top 3,
right,
that they are the ones are responsible to prepare you financially and otherwise for this pageant, right?
But what do they
so
pay
their
you?
financial contribution to the show is $2,000 US. This takes care, yes,
$2,000,
$2,000 US, yes, registration fee.
Right.
Like all the other pageants around the world and what's not, you must have a registration fee that covers your transportation, meals, makeup, hairstyle, backstage, you know, and all of this that covers your meals as well, 3 square meals. All right.
Right.
Now you live in Grenada.
Yes.
And yes, and of course you would have an idea as to what is the accommodation rate, you know, in US dollars back in your country. Now, if you look at $2,000 US, you multiply this by 5 days or 4 days with your accommodation. You still have 3 square meals and so on. My issue is, if you are coming to a competition and you are exercising proper protocol and proper ethical practices, why are you questioning $2,000 as though that it is illegal to have a registration fee? That's my problem.
We're not there yet. I just want to establish that in order to get into the competition, the contestant have to pay X amount of dollars, right?
Yes,
and of course. The contestant was then promised that if you enter and you win, then what would be their, you know, what would they win? What was initially advertised?
Okay. So what we did, Mr. George, we took the initiative to next year, will be in 2024, to make sure that our package looked different from the previous one, right? Okay. So when you win this competition, you have to reign for 1 year. You accept $2,000 on the night of the show. And the rest of the year, you reign. As you reign, we compensate you as you reign. Now, if you choose, let us say the organization choose a platform, you have to go to your community and serve. And we give you all your reign information where you have to serve.
Yeah.
But before
back up. I understand that. I totally understand that. And pardon me if I cut you off a little bit, because I just want to get clarification, all right? I'm not being disrespectful at all. So what was the general fee? What was the amount of monies that person would potentially win? Whether it's all together or piece by piece, what was advertised to them?
Yes, the full amount would have been $10,000.
$10,000 US. Very attractive.
$10,000. Yes.
Were there anything else?
Yes, we've had a scholarship which was given to us in the United States for the winner. And this year, what we had decided to do was to make sure that the winner, when they come to St. Vincent, that they go on every Grenadine island in an effort to learn our country. You know, so there's a tour. You know, let's say, for example, they go to Mustique. They do have a tour. They have all-inclusive breakfast, lunch, or whatever. They spend the entire day on the island. So you go to all the Grenadine island, Grenada, Mustique, Union Island, Cano One, Palm Island. You know, the islands, which was already. Yes.
Okay, good. So they were told that you pay $2,000 US. You could potentially win $10,000 US and a scholarship worth X amount of dollars. Now, what about contractual obligation? What contractual obligation was told to these ladies or given to these ladies?
So, like, I would not, let's leave out that what I was going to say, but in all essence and all fairness, you know, you have to protect your brand and you also have to protect your winners.
Right.
So what we have done, we do have a lawyer, you understand me, with our pageant or attached to our board that gave us a contract. You understand me? Draft a contract and was able to go through the contract with us.
Right.
That indicates on the night of the show that these girls received $2,000
Right.
and they reigned for the balance of the year. Now, all the other expectation and everything else in that contract, each girl had an opportunity to read this contract before participating.
Right.
All right.
And the contract clearly states that $2,000 to be paid to them on the night of, and
that's just a moment, because we have to put this in sequence so that it makes sense. All right. The girls would have had a participating contract stating what is expected of the contestants, right, to participate.
Right.
That is signed. All right.
Okay.
The second one, we have a non-disclosure arrangement where the girls come into your brand, whatever is there, whether you scramble or whatever the case may be, that we say that this cannot be disclosed. It's a non-disclosure, but it's an MDA that a lot of people use. All right. And the third contract is the winner's contract. Whoever wins the show, you understand me, must reign. So there was 3 different contracts these girls had to sign. Now I must indicate here to you that when I first contacted Miss Kirby, I was speaking to one Andrea and also a Nika Greenwich, being the the organizers or part of the committee or something of the sort, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
Then while we were dealing with Samantha, I was told that to discontinue speaking to Miss Andrea, who I believe was the president or the chairman of the show, and now to speak to Samantha manager, which is Miss Sheena. I forgot her second name.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So we have decided, okay, if this is the directive, then let us go with it.
Right.
Now, when I wrote to Sheena, to Andrea, Andrea is letting me know under no circumstances that you are dealing with Miss Kirby and not with Samantha's manager. When that was told to us, I called my lawyer. I said, this is the information that I got. However, I reached out to Samantha's manager and told her we did not have an agreement with her. What the agreement we have is with Miss Kirby and her contestants, right?
Okay,
hold on. Anything at all and everything that happened, we had to go through her manager and not Samantha. That was one of them.
So did the agreement signed by both parties? Did you sign? Did she sign? Did you have a mutual agreement signed?
Yes.
Did you sign your portion of the agreement?
Of course I do, and I have a copy of it.
You have a copy of your, and did Samantha get a copy of that signed contract by you?
Yes, I sent that signed contract to Samantha's manager because we were told this is where we have to send our official. Now, we were told that Samantha never received this, and why is it didn't receive? Mr. George, I have a phone here with me with all communications, all documentations, where they went to, my email and everything that I have all. And if you can permit me the opportunity to send those things to you, I would show you this is what was done.
Send it to me right now.
Okay. Yes.
Send it to me right now.
Anton, I have to not shout my daughter's name on your live program, but the phone is charging at the moment.
Yeah.
And let us ask her if there's a sufficient charge. Let us don't. It's still
because after this conversation, there ought to be no other further conversation. This is gonna break down, mash up, tell everything here. There ought to be no other conversation after this. So if there is any additional information, because as far as what we heard from the conversation with Samantha Harris, the contract that was given to her was an outdated contract, and it had outdated information.
Wow.
Were you aware? Were you aware that the contract?
A matter of fact, as you said, that this thing has to break up and was not. Now, our secretary is in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Miss Jolie. She would have, put all the information, all the correction and whatnot. In fact, Miss Jolie would have sent a wrong document to the girls. You understand? And send an apology letter, which we do also have a copy. And I would like to send you those information because everybody has those information in terms of the media, right?
Right.
So we do have a copy of that.
Right.
All right. So this is my thing. Now, I'm not going to ask you because, you are the interviewer. I am the interviewee.
Right.
But tell me how you feel about, I am encouraging you to or extend an invitation to come to my event, and you are, you meet our terms and condition in our participation.
Right.
You met our winner's contract. You saw our winner's contract. You saw the MDA, and you agreed to everything. And now that you're having a problem with that, now it would not have been right for you to say, Ms. Williams, based on the contract that I have before me, I cannot participate until that these things are clear and I understand. Or allow me to get to my lawyer to have these things corrected or whatever it is,
right,
or to see whether or not, if we have to go through this with a fine pin. Why did you sign the contract? And then later on, you are saying that, did somebody force you to sign those contracts? You had an opportunity to say, I am a professional, and therefore I am not participating under these conditions.
Right.
Plain.
Right.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yes.
Yes.
Now,
Hold on.
Yes, go ahead.
So as far as it relates to the contract, you're saying that Samantha signed the contract.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna. As I said, we're getting to the bottom of this, right? So we have Samantha on the line right now. Samantha,
I'd like you to understand. I would like to say this and let you understand and your viewers understand.
Yes.
The contract that Samantha signed was the participating contract along with our MDA. The winner's contract was not signed.
Okay. All right.
Good.
All right. Good. So let's carry it up. We have Samantha on the line here. Again, I said, after this conversation, there ought to be no other conversation. Samantha, could you hear me?
Hi, good night, Junior, and to all the viewers and listeners.
Yes. So we have Pearl on the line. We have Samantha on the line. I said, after this, there ought to be no other conversation. Samantha, you've been listening to the conversation so far?
Mr. George, can I have 1 minute, please? Can I have 1 minute?
Sure, no problem.
I just need to.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Guys, we're live on Ride Along Live here again, guys. We want to get to the bottom of this, and this is how we deal with situation. I don't like the back and forth. I don't like he say, she say. I don't like them say. This kind of exchanging messages on back and forth social media, we don't have to do that. We have the two people here that could tell you the full story, and let's put it all together and let's bring out all the facts, right? And that's how I figure is the best way to do this. Okay?
Yes.
All right.
I respect that, Mr. George.
Yes.
When we look at the quality of journalism that is practiced throughout the Caribbean, I wish that they can take an example from you tonight.
Right.
Being able to come on the board to be balanced with both people, both persons, I really respect that tonight.
Absolutely. So Samantha, you have the floor. Samantha, you've been listening. And again, guys, this is not about being disrespectful to anybody. This is not the platform for it, right? So we're talking about the facts. Samantha, tell me about the inconsistencies that you heard so far, if there are inconsistencies thus far.
Okay, so as Ms. Williams said, on the night of the show, the winner should receive 2,000 US, which I never received.
Okay. So, Mr. George,
yes.
Can I respond to this?
Yes, respond to that one. Respond to that one.
Yes. So, on all our previous shows, that the girls would have received 2,000 US dollars, including our last young lady who participated in the show.
Right.
Now, with us, I would like to say to you the difficulties that contribute to this young lady not receiving 2,000 US dollars on the night. Okay. Now, so we had two major sponsors and two major companies in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which we are not permitted to call these people name, and I give them my word not to call their names. Right. All right.
Yes.
That would have contributed significantly to this show and reached out to us.
From a layman perspective, that has nothing to do with
just a minute, Mr. George. Allow me to finish.
No problem. Go
in
ahead.
the middle of our preparation,
right,
which would have included a venue at the cost of $20,000. We also had all our stuff and wait until that moment to say, Ms. Williams, we no longer can go with the commitment due to the financial constraint of their companies. And these are two.
Stick up in there. I heard that very, very clearly. I heard your point of view. Right. But what does that have to do with the contestant? The contestant didn't sign an agreement stating that if they have not, the sponsor didn't meet their obligation, they're not going to get the money. The contestant have nothing to do with that. Could you agree
Well,
that the contestant,
right,
could you just
listen,
agree, hold on, could you just
yes,
agree with me that the
of
contestant
course.
have nothing to do with if your sponsors come through or not? Could we agree to that?
Right. Yes.
Okay,
So
we can
now,
agree.
so can I respond to that?
No, but could we agree that the contestant have no or nothing to do with if your sponsor step
If
up or not?
us agree, we are in agreement with what we are saying. You are not giving me opportunity to continue what transpired
Right.
as a result of not being able to pay that $2,000 on the night.
Yeah, but I just
And
wanted to
this
agree
is
with me.
very important.
Right.
Now, this is very important,
Okay.
Mr. George.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Yes.
Now, if you are faced with unforeseen circumstances which affect your finance, you will not say to the contestant, listen, we are faced with a situation, but what we can correct is later after the show that we pay that, or we set up a price giving function that can address the situation of the night that we could not.
Let me ask you a question.
Everyone in the entire world
Yes.
faced with difficulty,
Absolutely,
challenges,
absolutely. Let
and
me ask
all
you a
of that.
question.
Absolutely.
Paul, let me ask you a question.
Yes. Of course.
If Samantha or any contestant came to you and told you they could not pay the registration $2,000 because of an unforeseen situation that happened to them, would you still register them and accept them into the event? What if they told you that you're going to get
under the
your
circumstances, yes, because I've done that.
What if they told you that you're going to get your money in the next 2 years or in the next
Yeah.
5 years or whatever? Would you still go ahead and accept them into the competition?
5 years. 5 years is very far. No contestant or no organizer can pay a delegate in the next 5 or 4, 6 years.
Okay.
You understand me? I am saying to you, Mr. George, in your department and all the departments and wherever, business, government, and whatever, you can't say to me if you are faced with a situation of this nature that you look and diversify, or you come up with a different concept, to say, okay, we cannot have this done tonight, but we will have this later. Now, mind you, on the night of the show, before the show even started, and what's not, let's go back to what it is, what we are faced with.
Right.
Now, with the sponsor coming out of, we've had difficulty with our weather system in St. Vincent, right? We were forced to move from the venue that we were at, to go to an enclosed venue.
Right.
Right?
But
so that in itself, just a moment, please, sir.
No, you just a moment. One second. I don't want to go too far because then we lose track of the fundamental question at hand.
But we are asking, you ask a question, and I'm answering your question. That is what it is, Mr. George. I'm answering your question.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm saying to you, financially, we were challenged financially with that, and we got to the contestants and said, this is what it is. It was agreed, and I'm expecting that Samantha, Mr. George, Samantha that is sitting before you or who are listening to me.
Yes.
One of the things that we have to indicate here, right? As big women, we need to be truthful in our discourse and in our objective and everything else. We need to be truthful.
All right, cool.
All right. This was told to the young ladies before the entire show began. It was told to the contestants before the show began. Based on what we are seeing here, right, is no way at all that we are able to pay that $2,000 on the night. However, we are going to, to put together a prize giving function at a later date.
Okay.
And we are going to host the show. Nothing is wrong with that.
Stick up in right there. Samantha, was that your understanding?
Hi, Junior. Miss Williams, I want to be really, we just need to stop all the lies, right now. It's really getting me upset.
You know that as well.
No, hold on, Miss Williams. Let's just speak. But the guy, be
we are
respectful.
Not
Let's be respectful.
Because when you start like this, Samantha, Mr. George, we are conducting a decent...
Hold on, everybody, just time out. We want to be respectful, right? We want to be respectful. If Samantha have evidence that she could bring forth that could pinpoint out something that she could clarify as a lie, Samantha, why are you saying? You go ahead. If you're just saying that to just bad name the woman, and you don't have facts to back it up, don't just say anything. So say what you're saying with facts, in other words, in evidence. So Samantha, go right ahead with what you're saying. And Miss Williams, just listening, and then I'll give you a chance to respond. Go ahead, Samantha.
Okay, Junior. So none of the contestants has no idea that we was not going to receive any pricing. We had no idea about that. Okay, the show finished. I won. Everybody stand up waiting on the prices and stuff. Miss Williams brought us a trophy, a bouquet of flowers, and she came to my air and said to me that the prize giving ceremony would be on the 30th of November. She didn't even say publicly. So all the contestants, she came and tell us in our air.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Miss Williams, so was that what transpired? You whispered to them?
Mr. George, I am sorry that my husband is not online, or the people that stood up there, according to these people, some of my assistants who was present will say to you that is not truth. All right, I have nothing to defend, to say that I have done wrong, to say that I am going to.
Don't go ahead. Did you or did you not give them a formal, official, informative lecture, conversation, agreement to say that this is going to be done at another time?
I did, Mr. George. I did.
No, that's not true.
I did, Mr. George. Listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Samantha, and I would not go that distance now until you go in depth with the conversation. Because the same way that you are having an interview with us, we would like to give you the responses and what's not of Samantha. Even when I was sick, Samantha said to me, she said the 30th of November. After I spoke with the ladies, I was ill. And I spoke to Samantha. Samantha said to me, Miss Williams, get well soon. And I look forward to. I called the contestant, including if you can get Miss Trinidad online.
No, don't go to
and all these
Don't go to bed. Pull back.
That is what Samantha's saying. It is
yes, pull back a little bit.
Falsehood. It is not
about
true.
The information circulated. No.
Yes.
And I want to go back a little bit again, right? I want to go back again. Now, the contestant have they have nothing to do with the fact that if you make money, you don't make money, get sponsors, don't make sponsors. The fact is, and I want you to agree with me because you seem like someone that could be rational in their thinking. If the contestants invest their money to come into your event, they had to probably rake and scrape from here and there, thinking that they could win that $10,000 or get that $2,000 up front or whatever. That's what they expect, right? They expect that. Now, you cannot just tell them that they have to accept, right? They have to just, you know what, guys, listen, the sponsor didn't come through. I don't have the money. You have to accept it. There's no option. You can't say nothing about it. You just have to accept it. Do you think that that is fair to them?
Listen, I would love to answer that question.
From a rational thinking person.
Yes, I am answering that question, Mr. George,
right.
Because I want you to understand. And yes, in your question that you are asking,
right,
the position, and that if you personally would have find yourself in that position,
right,
where we are speaking about, number one, you understand me? Number one, we were given that assurance. You understand me? And in the midst of our production. So no, I'm asking you, what would have been your after that? Let's cancel the show because they now tell us, okay, Miss Williams, we don't have the funds or whatever. Should I cancel that show in the mid of my preparation, Mr. George? What you would have done? I'm asking you this question. I'd like to throw this question back to you.
I asked the question, and you still didn't answer my question, but I'm going to throw this one back at you.
Answer your question.
Hold on.
I answer your question.
No, you didn't answer it. You didn't answer it, but I appreciate you asking me a question that I asked you, and then you throw it back to me. Very smart, very smart. You are a media person, I understand. You should be a politician, by the way. But listen to this.
Right.
Listen to this, Ms. Williams.
And thank you for that recommendation.
Yeah, I mean, you are going to be a politician. You would win.
Yes.
The contestants have nothing to do. You told me from the beginning, right, that you have business accolades. You've been doing this for quite a while. I'm a promoter as well, and many times I keep a party. right? And my party
Yeah.
bus, let's put it like that. I
Yeah.
had boat ride, I'm a boat ride bus. I fly up artists from all over the world. You think it's right for me to go to them and tell them, you know what, my party bus, I can't pay you? Is that right? From the narrative, is that right? Is that right? Is that right? As a person, is that right?
I'm
That is the
answering your question.
Is that right? Is that
Can
right?
Can I answer your question?
Yeah, but is that right? That is the question. Is that right? Do you have a moral obligation to pay them regardless if you show boss or you don't boss, your sponsor come or your sponsor don't come? Do you have a moral obligation to pay regardless? Do you?
No.
You don't have an obligation to pay.
No,
Okay.
because once you have a circumstances that challenge you,
Ms. Williams.
you understand me, you could make.
There is no circumstances. You see, that's what I said from the beginning. You are a very smart person. You've been doing this for a long time.
If you realize that you're faced with a situation, if you face.
No, Ms. Williams, you have a moral obligation regardless. Regardless, you're supposed to have that money.
Situation,
that money has
and
to be there.
No,
that's where we disagree. That's where we disagree, right? That's where we disagree. Okay. And respectfully so, right? What I'm saying is, you have a moral obligation. You have a, because I've done this before. I had parties that bust, that flop. I have boat ride that flop.
I am aware of all of that.
My DJs.
I am aware of all of that.
So
but if you have a commitment that you cannot meet your commitment on a specific time, you are to give, you ask, just like the banks, you have a monthly, your monthly mortgage, you have all this stuff. We've seen in Carnival, where we personally in our Carnival here was paid 6 months after because they did not have the funds. What am I doing differently?
No, Ms. Williams. What I'm saying is, you do not see it as your moral obligation to pay regardless of if you even make or if you even do make. You don't think that is your moral obligation?
Mr. George, of course we have an obligation to make the payments, but I'm saying in the payments, if you are challenged, that you can make arrangements
so what you say
payment
that
at a different date. It's not illegal.
So that the individual have to accept it? Are you saying that the individual have to accept it? They have to say, oh,
but
okay.
It was accepted. It was accepted.
No, but they don't have to accept it. I just want
it was accepted.
Accepted by who? Who accepted it?
They don't have to, but it was accepted.
Samantha.
It was accepted by the kid. It was accepted.
Okay, let's bring in Samantha.
It was accepted.
Samantha, did you accept?
Hi, Junior.
Did you accept morally, ethically, whatever? Did you accept the fact that you would not get what you Julie was supposed to be paid? Did you accept that?
No, never.
Oh
Junior, let me just get 1 minute to speak, eh? Let me get 1 minute to speak.
Hold on. Miss Williams, let Samantha speak for a second. Miss Williams, let Samantha speak for a second.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Antonia, is my phone charged properly? Because after this, I would like to send Samantha's voice note accepting and saying, Miss Williams, this is what it is.
Send everything. After this, there will be no more conversation about this here. Send everything you have.
Yeah, I wanted to send it to you.
Miss Williams, hold on 1 second. Let Samantha speak. Samantha, go ahead.
Yes.
Junior, one of the things that Miss Williams also said, the night of the show, whoever wins, we have to stay back on the island for 3 days, yeah? When I won, Miss Williams asked me and my team, who would be staying back with Samantha the following day? We said, okay, we're going to decide, before the morning come, because then we're going to have to change the flight and everything. The next morning, we was calling Miss Williams. Up till now, Miss Williams never answered her phone. The hotel was calling Miss Williams. Miss Williams never answered her phone. Besides the $2,000 I paid Miss Williams, the hotel held me and my team hostage because all my fees was not paid. I had to use my bank card to pay to leave St. Vincent. Otherwise, I was not leaving. So I paid $2,000 plus $185 again the following day to leave the hotel.
Let me go back on track with you, Samantha. Hold on,
Miss Williams was not answering her phone.
Hold on, guys. I have the power of mute, and I want to be respectful. Everybody be nice and we be respectful. We go resolve this. Samantha, the question is, did you accept? Did you accept?
Mr. George, can you excuse me, please? I just saw that one.
Miss Williams, hold on 1 second. I'll bring you
Never
in.
accept. Never.
Miss Williams, hold on 1 second.
Never.
So Samantha, you didn't accept. You didn't want. You want to be paid And of course, I don't know why you didn't want to be. I want to be paid after a gig also as well. So you didn't accept that. That's not what you wanted.
No, Miss Williams, just come and tell us in my ears. She told everybody in the ears, Miss Nigeria, Miss St. Vincent, everybody's under the live. She
Right.
come to our ears and said that she doesn't have the prize giving money now, and the next prize giving ceremony would be on the 30th. So she never tell us nothing beforehand, nothing beforehand. On the 30th, like even leading up before the 30th, Miss Williams did not reach out to us. So on the 30th, Miss Trinidad reached out to me, Miss Nigeria reached out to me, and they said, what happened about the prize giving money? I said, well, let me reach out to Miss Williams because I'm the queen. I reached out to Miss Williams. Miss Williams tell me, oh, she had some financial difficulties, sponsors pulled out and stuff like that. We never knew that beforehand. Never knew that beforehand.
Okay, all right, good.
Then
Samantha, hold on a
never.
second. Let me give Miss Williams an opportunity to speak. Miss Williams, the ladies
Yes, sir.
did not accept. They did not want to be paid later. They was expecting to be paid now. They have
Yes.
they don't have to accept it, and they did not accept it. Now, do you feel at this point in time that you should find the money wherever you find it, wherever it is, and pay these women? Do you think that is your obligation at this point in time?
So I think that someone would have explained to you that she had to go through the hotel and all of that. Can I answer those questions, George, that you're not looking at? It's some disclosure arrangement with us, and you are going out there make an appearance before our prize giving function.
Yeah.
And you use. I believe that every contestant must have eloquent and personal development.
Yes.
That if we have, can I finish, please, sir?
Yeah.
If
but
we have
but we don't reach it yet.
we
I want you to
discuss
continue,
inside,
but we don't reach it yet.
you have to go out with it.
Yeah, we can fulfill the thing because I don't want to confuse the
So
audience.
this is
I
my
don't want to confuse.
situation.
I don't want to confuse the audience.
Yeah.
You see, when we
No, but you asked the question,
yeah,
Mr.
no,
George.
but
There
listen,
could not be any payment made.
in all
Mr.
due
George,
respect,
can I ask you?
yes,
Let me allow
hold
you to
on.
speak, please.
In all due respect, right? If we keep pushing, going back and forth and further away and coming back, we're going to lose the audience. The people need to understand chronologically what happened. That is how we resolve the issue. I want to move from this point to the next point, right? The fact is, the young ladies are saying that they did not accept your offer to be paid
That
later.
it's incorrect, and it is falsehood. It is incorrect, and it's
How
falsehood.
could it be, Miss Williams? How could it be incorrect?
Because I said to you after this program, I'm going to send you all the information,
But
Mr.
how
George.
could you say that it's incorrect, that they did not accept? So you saying that they said to you, okay, Miss Williams, okay, you could pay us later. It's fine. You could pay us whenever you want to pay us. Did they say that to you?
Mr. George, listen to me, please. Huh?
Yeah.
Allow me, or please permit me the opportunity
Yes.
to send you these voice notes and whatnot, and I hope you can
everything.
play public.
I want everything.
Yes,
my phone empty, and it could chunkate everything, digest it immediately, and put it on. I want people to hear it. But what I'm saying
Yes.
is, you saying that they said that they accepted. She's saying that she never accepted, and up to this point in time, she never accepted your offer to
That
be paid
is not
later.
truth. It is not truth. And our queen and our queens, Miss Trinidad and Tobago, will say to you that she was on the line with me and Samantha, and Miss Nigeria was absent because she had school. She was not even online. That is falsehood.
Oh my God.
All right.
All right.
Miss Nigeria was not online. Miss Nigeria sent me a text message indicating that she was not online. She could not be online because she was in her class. However, she would like to have an update on what transpired, which is a text message that I have on my phone. Now I'm asking you, why would Samantha go to the phone and try to delete all her messages, which we still have, because in the conversation that when they started planning this stuff, they had deleted all the conversation. Why?
Right. Okay.
The dates
all
are
right.
still here.
Okay, you
good.
asked that question. You asked that question. I mean, I don't get all my questions answered, by the way. But I'll tell you that. I tell you, Miss Williams, you are a politician, born and bred politician. Let's get Samantha. Hold on. Let's get Samantha to respond. But I'm still coming back to my question because my question needs to be answered. Samantha,
Hi, Junior.
you want to respond?
Junior, all of those things Miss Williams are saying is not true. All of those things are not true. Those things are not true, Miss Williams. Just be mature and just get to the point. You understand? You know, just apologize if you have to apologize. Just do what you have to do. You keep pushing back dates, pushing back, and that's what you've been doing with your other contestants for years. You know how much contestants reach out to me for all the years? That's what you've been doing. You need to stop.
Oh, you incorrect.
Okay, all right, hold on. All right, okay, hold on. Miss
Junior, hold on, Junior. Hold on, let me talk.
Hold on.
Miss Williams, let me talk. Let me take a little bit of talk. Miss Williams is saying how that her queen, going out and participating barbecue and all of those things. I'm a young entrepreneur. Yeah, I'm very hardworking. Barbecue was part of my hustle before Miss Paul's show. You understand? Everybody know me in front of my supermarket, Sammy Supermarket, and I hustle barbecue from Thursday to Sundays. So when Miss Williams talking about the queen going on barbecue elsewhere, I barbecuing long before Miss Williams, and I had to barbecue to make me money because I ain't getting my money from Miss Williams, and I need it.
Okay, all right. Let's go back to Miss Williams. Miss Williams, Samantha is saying those things that you claim that she was doing. She had been doing it all along. That's what she had been doing before she even took part in the competition, right? You're saying that it's not moral for her as a queen to do those things?
Mr. George, I'm answering your questions as you ask.
Absolutely,
all right?
And I appreciate that. Well, just don't divert and jump into another thing
No,
because I go pull
diverting. I'm answering your question.
Absolutely.
All right?
Go ahead.
If you are a crown queen, you understand me? And you are carrying a brand, right? Apart from not signing our contract, who gave you the authorization to take our brand to make an appearance? One, at Sheena, who is the person who is participating in Miss Curvy. If you go on her page right now, you will see all the appearances that Miss Samantha was making unauthorized by our brand. It is not part of the core, and it is not becoming when you are a crown queen without authorization are taking our brands to a different level. Yes,
Ms. Williams,
right?
Okay.
Yeah. Breach our contract.
Yes, okay. Ms. Williams, you breached your contract, didn't you not?
Right.
When you didn't pay them, you breached your own contract. Do you understand that? Do you agree to that?
I will not, because there was a conversation to that effect, giving an early indication that this is our position and that we have come to an agreement. Now, what I would like to ask you, as you said that I am a politician, Samantha just indicated, no, I will ask you this, Samantha just indicated it's November. Now she is saying that how it could be November when you just said that there was no agreement at all, or Miss Williams didn't indicate that there's going to be a prize giving function when she just said, Miss Williams said it is the 30th.
We go talk about that, but Miss Williams,
yes,
your position. Everybody volumes goes down. Everybody volumes goes down when everybody speaks. Because right now nobody hearing nobody, because everybody audio is on. So just hold on 1 second, guys. I'm going to direct the conversation. Right? Here's what I'm saying. Miss Williams, you had a proposal, and your proposal was not accepted. As far as what Samantha's saying, she didn't accept it. Even if you whispered it in her ears, give her in black and white, it was not accepted. That's what she's saying. So essentially, you breached your own contract when you was unable to meet your own financial obligation. Let's see. Hold on, Miss Williams, and hold on, Samantha. Everybody audio is down. One at a time. Miss Williams, your audio is up. Go ahead, respond.
Okay, so you're speaking to me to say that we broke, there's a bypass into the back, excuse us. You're saying that we breached the contract when we realized, and I will answer again, Mr. George, to say, like everybody else, we are faced with several circumstances that we had to and was forced to make our obligation later on and not on the night. And you keep asking this question, and I said, yes, this is what it was. Am I not supposed to, when I see what was happening, to say, this cannot happen tonight, like everybody else? All the pageants that are ongoing right now, if they were faced with a situation like that, because I'll tell you something, I was crowned Miss Independence. I was crowned Miss Friendship. I won 3 different titles. And I'll tell you, up to now, the last 2 titles that I won, I haven't received my monies. And this was years ago. You understand me? Years ago, I was told that the people You understand me? They did not have the funding from the government, did not come through, and therefore they cannot. You understand? They cannot. What is it? They cannot reward the contestants. Up to this day, I am still awaiting $7,000. That's one, a trophy, a crown. You could imagine one of my shows who decided, we are going to reward Miss Williams, and this was one of the local shows. I didn't walk away of this.
I understand that, but that is neither
so
here nor
these
there.
circumstances, Mr. George.
No, hold on.
Circumstances beyond our control that goes straight across the board. That we are not different from those circumstances. So if that is what you're asking,
in all due respect, right?
That's my question. That's my answer to you.
If you decided that you participated in an event and you did not get paid, and you decided that you didn't want to get paid, or you decided to opt out of getting paid, that is your decision. You made that decision, right? Because you could have moved forward and get your money to do certain things to make sure that you get your money.
Yes, all I'm saying.
Hold on. What I'm saying is that is your decision. It's neither here nor there because you accepted it. That doesn't mean that Samantha and everybody else have to or obligated to accept that. You told them that they would have gotten paid $10,000 and a scholarship. They took their monies from wherever they could get it. They applied. The government put it.
Can I correct you there, please, sir? That is the total. That is not on the night. So let's correct that, please.
Right. The $10,000, whether it's on the night as understood, and I'll get a clarification as to what Samantha understood that to be. That's the understanding. If later on your sponsor decided to opt out, and what kind of sponsor you have in the first place that would just opt out and you just so? Because if a sponsor have an obligation,
you know what is it?
If a sponsor
and you say
have an
what kind of sponsor?
if a sponsor have an obligation, if you have a signed contract agreement with a sponsor to put up X amount of dollars to sponsor, it's not a mom and pop kind of thing that go just say, you know what, I had the money again, I go just drop out. Thing that works so, I had big sponsors, I had Digicel and all of these sponsors, they have an agreement. I have a contract with them, They have to pay me money. They cannot just come and tell me that.
Let me say this to you, Mr. George. I mean, that is your expectation and that is your knowledge on your side, and I respect that.
Right.
It doesn't always operate like that. In our country, that we are faced with a difficult financial landscape.
That is not.
And my sponsor have a right, if they cannot obligate and they say that they cannot, that we accept. Are we going to fight them?
That is frickle. That is frickle. You cannot work with sponsors who decided to just throw you under the bus when you need them.
That is your stuff.
Do you have a contract?
It happens right now. It happens at the Western Cricket and other ways. The sponsors come on board and they pull the stuff and say, look, we're not part of this.
Ms. Williams, do you have a contract with your sponsors?
Yes, I do.
You have a signed contract with your sponsors?
Yes, I do.
And they signed a contract and told you that they would give you this money?
I got a legal letter.
Right. And they just
is no longer.
Hold on.
Yes.
I'm going somewhere with this. And then they just opt out and decided that they're not going to give you the money anymore. That's what you're saying.
Listen, I am saying to you, sir.
I'm going. I don't want to.
Why am I not moving from this level? You are asking a question on 3 different occasions with the same question. I don't understand this.
No, because
I am saying to you, whether or not a sponsor decide to discontinue their sponsorship, you understand me? And they say to us, this is what it is, and they're indicating that to it. Are you saying to me that I should go down there and demand that this is the situation and you cannot pull out? I got a legal letter.
Williams,
indicating
you are a professional.
that they no longer can sponsor.
You told me at the beginning about your many accolades and business repertoire.
Of course.
You are very intelligent. You are a smart lady. You've done this before. This is not your first time, right?
No, it's not.
I am not even a quarter in your book. I am not even half in your book in the kind of things that you say. You have master's degree. I don't even have that, right? But listen what I'm telling you. Yes. If you have a sponsor that is coming to support your big show, your show, your landmark show, your agreement have to stipulate that regardless rain, thunder, or lightning, you get in your money. The sponsor cannot just throw you under the bus, because, Ms. Williams, what would happen is that it would degrade the integrity of your company, because you cannot rely on the money from your door to fund and pay the contestants. This is
definitely not.
So then you have to make sure that you have the sponsors in your bag. The sponsors write the check sometimes even before the event, or even if they say they're going to write it the following week. If the sponsor decide to opt out like that, you go to court and you get your money, because you know why? You have a contract with those sponsors. That is not a big, that is not brain science. You know this. This is basic stuff.
Okay, so can I say, for example, I would have had the National Lottery of Trinidad and Tobago, who came, Mr. George.
Yes.
Can I give you an example?
Go ahead.
Decorated our stage with the National Lottery of Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
Took our sponsor, our contestants on a ride to Point Forte to meet with the mayor, and did not come up with their prize giving monies up to now under Miss Susan Rorrell of the National Lottery in Trinidad and Tobago. You understand me? Now, I am saying to you, this is a government entity.
Right.
And sometimes these people play politics, Mr. George, with you. And you have no, according to these people. All right? So at this point, that we've had our lawyer make contact with the National Lottery of Trinidad and Tobago, who indicated, you understand me, that now that they have this new regime, which came out of the UNC government, that has nothing to do with me, as you rightfully said, and say to us, Ms. Williams, we do not have funds. Now, if they come to you with that,
Ms. Williams,
yes.
So are you implicating? Hold on.
Decorate my whole stage with the National Lottery. We still have.
Are you implicating? Are you right now at this present time at 8:22 p.m. Caribbean time that the National Lotteries Authority fraudulently gave you information, and fraudulently are you implicating the National Lotteries Authority of Trinidad and Tobago right now?
Ms. Trinidad, listen to me, sir.
Yes.
We do have the documents and everything to share with you. So when these people come to us, we give them exactly what it is. We were told by the National Lottery of Trinidad and Tobago,
but this is
that
they did not Vincent, have this is Vincent. So is it the National Lottery
and they did not stand to their obligation. I'm just making an example. I'm not saying this is the case now.
No, you can't.
I am saying I've had those.
You'll get me in lawsuit.
Yes.
You go get me in lawsuit. You can't say and make an example and call the National Lotteries Authority of Trinidad and Tobago and implicate them.
Listen, when you say we're talking lawsuit, let the lawsuit come, because we prepare for that, because we are speaking the truth. And we are talking about an example.
No. You tie me up, Ms. Williams. You cannot.
No, you're an intelligent journalist. You cannot be tied up.
No. You cannot.
A very intelligent journalist.
You are, Ms. Williams. You cannot implicate the National Lotteries Authority of Trinidad and Tobago. Bring them into our mess when they have nothing to do with it and say, well, you're just making. No,
we are making an example, because you're talking about sponsorship. So we have to go to that.
Call a name that is a frivolous name. Call Mango Association or something like that. Because
why should we call Mango? Those were our sponsors. Why should we call Mango? Why should we call Mango? Those were our sponsors back then, and I was just making an example when you brought up the issue to say it. When you brought the authority,
is the National Lotteries Authority of Trinidad and Tobago your sponsor of this particular event?
I'm not speaking about presently in the show, so don't say this.
What are we calling them for? We can't call their name because they have nothing to do with this.
Because you were speaking about sponsorship. If sponsor decide that they're not doing and what's not, I'm giving you an example.
We're going down a road there that let's come back a little bit. Samantha, are you there?
No, because you are asking a question and you are talking and you're saying, but if this is it, Ms. Williams, you have a right to do whatever. I'm giving you an example. You understand me?
All right.
We are giving an example. This happens straight across the board. I have been in pageantry in the entire industry and saw this happen, right? And if you don't want to call names and what's not, it's fine. But quite a lot of my colleagues are in pageantry right now, are unable. You understand me? When the sponsors, the West Indies cricket, everybody, when they're ready to pull out and say, boy, we can't do this. So, right. So let's carry on with the interview.
But Miss Williams, the National Lotteries of Trinidad and Tobago, if they don't have nothing to do with it, don't call their name, because you go implicate them, they're going to have to put that statement tomorrow, and they go say that they have nothing to do with this. Just like the award ceremony.
I was making, let us respond to this, let them hear the interview. I was making an example.
You went on a program in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and you said a certain individual was your lawyer.
Yes.
And the person is not even a lawyer. And then the person is not a lawyer.
Okay, so can I answer your question? What is the question?
What I'm figuring, what you do sometime, I don't know if you inject names or you throw names or you drop names, Because
Oh,
that's
okay.
kind of like what you did here. Because you said on the interview very boldly that the person
Yeah.
advised you, your lawyer, and the person that
Right.
was advising you is not your lawyer. In fact, I spoke to the person personally, and he said he
Yeah.
is not a lawyer. He never was accepted to the bar. So why you say
So
stuff like
can I?
that? Why do you say stuff
Yeah.
like that? The question is, why
Can
do
I?
you say
Okay,
stuff like
good.
that?
Now, in my statement, when I spoke on the radio, I said that my lawyer, the senator, and then I said, Mr. Bala, that we call a lawyer, it was an error. We said our lawyer and the senator and these people who are on the line, we all met, and this had nothing to do with the show. We were speaking about the previous show. So it was an error when I said this guy is not a lawyer, but he's a senator. So if you are implying that we are saying that this is the lawyer and he was not a lawyer, that is incorrect. So
Okay.
it was an error in the heat of the interview.
But here's another error in the heat of the interview. Again, no, you said that there was a award ceremony that was set up to take place at a particular venue, and then
Yes.
the venue said they have nothing to do with you. They said they don't even want to have you there. They put out a statement. They even called my program, right? But
Oh my.
you said on that very said interview that you are having the award ceremony at this particular venue at this particular date. You printed a flyer, a whole flyer,
and the tickets.
but they
Yes.
have no information towards that. They have no contractual arrangement with you. You don't have no contractual arrangement with them. That's another thing that you did and you said. So why did you do that?
Let us speak about this. Let us speak about this. All right. Now, the taxi driver took me up to Grenadine's house, which reached out to me to have an interview with the manager herself, Mrs. Isola, right? Miss Isola said to me, Miss Williams, I have all my stuff here that I would also send to you, that I am going to send you a cocktail menu. We are available. I called even before I print my ticket and flyer. I said, Miss Isola, I'm here at the printer. What is the situation? Now, you had somebody call in on the radio that was not the manager of the hotel. So Miss Williams, you lie. Wait, let me finish, please. You lie. That is not true. Now I reached out to the directors of the hotel and asked, what is this? And I was able to send my communication with Miss Isola, which we have, right? My communication, everything that we have done and what's not, we had that. And I sent it to the manager when she decided to make contact with her manager, who sent out a release to say none of them at the hotel made that call to the radio station. What do you call that?
Miss.
What do you call that?
Okay, Miss Pearl. So are you
Do you
saying,
know that, Miss Ice? Listen, please. I want you to listen to this. Do you know that said lady was the person who gave an accommodation to our MC that came from Grenada at her hotel and her brother?
Yes, I know that. I know that the MC from Grenada, Ken Roy, stayed at that particular hotel. But on several occasions, they said they had no contact with you, or they had contact with you, but they made no agreement with you.
No, that is not. You cannot change the talk. You said just now.
They made a statement.
That they said they don't even know anything.
They made a statement.
You understand?
They made a statement on their own Facebook page.
That is what I requested.
Right.
Let me have this. Wait, just a minute. Let me see if I can play this to you right now. Let me see if I can find Miss Andrea here.
Because I haven't gotten any information that you sent so far. So that's, I'm saying from
that is it, yeah, because you are feeding with things
that
is untruthful.
That they have nothing to do with this
not
event.
Not at all. I further post all the voice notes and everything to my status.
Miss Williams, to say that they want to have nothing to do with you.
They don't want to.
That's what they
Seriously.
said. That's what they said. That's what they
Seriously.
said. That's what they said. I'm just going by what they said.
Seriously.
Right.
Now let me say this to you, right? It shows I'm listening to you, the ethical behavior of our hotel association, who will go out there to make that sort of statement and to give out on their clients. So go ahead and listen, because our people and the world is listening, because that is totally wrong. Williams, am I a criminal doing a public service? You're giving public service that you are segregating.
Right. Okay. All right. So Ms. Williams, are you still going to have the award ceremony at Grenadine House?
No. If you said no, that the people said they didn't want to have anything to do with me, fine. We got a different venue and we are hosting our prize giving. You know, right? We are hosting our prize giving. Because when you can go out there and as you said, this is the situation and what's not, why would you, if you are providing a public service as a hotel and we have our business and we have our meetings and what's not, why you want to disclose? It is not ethical behavior nor a professional behavior, sir. It is not. You cannot come to me and I book a room for me and my husband and you go out there and say that Miss Williams have a room for her and her husband. It is not ethical. And to say to you, I was a former manager of a hotel and a marketing manager of a hotel.
Right.
You understand me?
All right.
This is not how we behave.
Listen, I want to move on. Samantha is still on the line. And I thank you. Okay, so let's go. Let's talk about right now. What's happening right now?
Samantha, yes, what is happening right now?
When will Samantha get her money? When will Samantha get her money? And when will the other contestants be paid?
Mr. George,
yes.
You know, I am giving you all the credit at this time, and I will still continue to as a journalist. But do you think it's right for somebody to call me a scam and still looking for my brand to use and my funds? No, Samantha is not getting anything. I'll make it clear, and I will repeat it again. We are not paying Samantha any sort of price given when you go out there and call us a scam. You want us to get scam? You want to wear our scam sash? That cannot happen.
Hold on. Time down. Time off. You're joking. You gotta be. You're kidding. It's funny. How could you say? How could you say, Miss Williams? So if you're obligated to pay somebody because they talk you or say something about you, then you're not gonna pay them. That is not ethical. That is not right. I think you're joking. Let's bring in Samantha in. Samantha, what you got to say about that?
What I think Miss Williams will be hearing from my lawyers very soon.
Samantha, what did you go out and say about Miss Williams?
Nothing to my remembrance. Miss Williams is saying that I called her a scam and I went out and do barbecues and I went to Sheena coronation without letting her know. Let me tell you, Junior, there is so much thing to speak here on this thing here. Miss Williams wanted to be in control of me as the queen. She wants to be able to call me first thing in the morning, last thing in the night. If I post any pictures, she's in charge of my pictures. Like anything that I do, listen to me. I'm a big grown-up woman. My parents cannot control me. The man are taking care of. Like, I'm just getting really upset now. Like, you know, The night of the show, Miss Dominica came in. I had to put up Miss Dominica in my room because Miss Dominica had nowhere to stay and Miss Williams had nothing in place for Miss Dominica to stay. It is so much. It is so bad. It is so much to say, Miss Williams. I don't really want to go into that. Let's just come to a conclusion now. When I'm going to get my money, this thing you're talking about it, I'm not going to get any money. Miss Williams?
All right.
You will be hearing from my lawyer soon and maybe the arrest that is coming for you soon in St. Vincent.
All right. Hold on. So, Samantha, you say your piece.
Yes, send us the arrest and send us for everything else that we have to do under your conditions.
Right.
Mr. George?
Yes.
Under the law, you understand me?
Yes.
If you are carrying a brand and then you say that the brand is a scam, why do you want to associate with a scam?
Under what law?
Why?
Under what law? Which law is that?
Right?
Which law?
Yeah, the Caribbean law.
What law?
Right?
What law?
You are calling, if you are saying that whatever association, after you agree to sign all our contracts and what's not, you call us a scam.
Under which law are we talking about?
Under this Caribbean law.
What Caribbean law? What give me a clause in the law. Give me a
you look it up, right? Because if you are playing cyberbullying by sending all this information that you are interfering with my integrity by going out there to say that we are a scam. Why do you want to wear a scam sash that said Miss Plus Size Universe if we are a scam? Why do you want us to pay you your funds? You violated our contract as a non-disclosure contract that you decided and went to the public without speaking to us. You understand me? When we look,
the non-disclosure,
I would like to discontinue as a fact.
Yes.
That Miss Lady said my arrests and my stuff. Bring it. We are ready for it.
Right.
Bring it.
Miss Williams, I don't know the law. I mean, I didn't study the bar, but I know a little bit about law. I had lawyers on the program Upside Down, And I know
Yes.
there's no Caribbean law that says if you talk bad about somebody, then they're not
If
obligated
you
to pay
talk
you.
bad,
Because
if you
if that
talk
was the
bad,
case, I
there's
don't
a
know.
difference between talking and taking your brand to that level of sending it to different media houses, giving people the impression that it is, you see that defamation of character. That is what it is. When you could
But-
go out and let people know that you are a scam, defamation
okay.
of character.
Miss Williams.
Can I be asked for an excuse 1 minute, please,
Yeah,
sir?
sure, no problem. Guys, you're watching Right Along Live, and we have Miss Williams, and of course,
Oh my God.
and we also have Samantha Harris on the next line. Now, me, as I said from the beginning of the program, guys, after this conversation, there ought to be no other conversation because I'm still waiting for me. I'm waiting for me. As soon as Miss Williams send me those screenshots, I'm going to put it out. As soon as, because I don't want to pussyfoot
She
around
don't have
this jump around
screenshots?
about this here. Samantha, you were saying?
She don't have the information. If she had it, she would have sent it already. I'm sending all the mines for you at the moment so that you can put it up.
Right. Right.
Whatever you feel like to put up, I have already made a decision. I send an email, which I still see in my box that haven't gone, to say that based on the situation that Samantha would have been stripped of her title, I already met with the media. I sent that information. I will not have anything to do with Samantha and her on her committee and all of that. We discontinue. I was given a letter sent to say that at this time that Miss Kirby has absolutely nothing to do with Miss Plus Size Universe, which we do have a copy of. Okay?
Right. But
I will
want to know-
discontinue.
want to know
I await
under what
Samantha's
grounds?
lawsuit
Under
and the
what grounds?
arrest.
Under what grounds are you revoking her title and refusing
But
to pay?
it is already there, sir. And as I
Yeah,
said,
but
what we will do is to share our release
I
with
want to
you.
understand the grounds. I want to understand the grounds.
Yeah.
I want to understand the grounds. Besides, of course, besides she making you feel bad by probably saying something about you, which she probably shouldn't, but she
Making
probably
me feel bad? Making me feel bad?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Samantha
No,
said
no,
at
okay.
the
No, I don't-
interview, Miss Williams,
okay.
you will never have another show in this country.
Okay, all right. Hear what I'm saying.
Okay,
Hear
good.
what I'm saying, Miss Williams. Under what grounds are you revoking her?
Mr. George, honestly speaking, I'm not on trial here, please. Huh?
No,
I'm
know
conducting
we
an
having a
interview.
good conversation, but I just
So
want to know. I
actually,
want to understand.
yes, I am not on trial here, and I already gave you the information telling you about the challenges that we've had with our show. We even had our local contestant here who could not obtain sponsorship because we are in a semi-recession in St. Vincent and Grenadines, that our sponsor felt that the financial climate that St. Vincent faced, they are unable to meet their obligations, which we accepted. We decided to meet with our contestant previously and made mention that we are going to stage a prize giving function. And my history and my pageant will say to you, we've never had a prize giving function, but we were faced with this economic crisis and had to force to have a further. As far as I'm concerned, I have not violated the law, nor that I have ever practiced dishonesty, or that I, according to these people, have ever tried to discredit my contestants and all of that.
Right.
What we go through in pageantry goes straight across the board. And any delegate or any director who can come to challenge this, let them bring it on. I am not on trial. As far as I'm concerned, I would have answered all your questions, and I'm very grateful to be on your program this evening.
Yes.
And I will not continue to speak like if I'm on the hood. You understand? I have an obligation.
Right.
I have the respect
Okay,
of
but
the
can I ask you
people.
last question?
I am serving in that capacity.
Yes.
And as far as I'm concerned, I would like to exit at this time if there is no further questions.
if-
sir.
yeah,
But
one
I will
further-
not.
one further question,
I
one
will
further
not
question.
continue
One
to
further
have this
question.
back and
One
forth
further
sort
question. I
of
just have
melee,
one-
something
No,
that is not
it's
sung
melee,
in
it's not melee,
ethical
it's not
for a
melee.
businesswoman
It's not melee.
and
Listen.
somebody that is carrying a serious position at this point.
Who gets the money? Who will get the money?
I
who would
said
get the-
I am going to send you our official receipt, Mr. George. Our special release, Mr. George.
Yes.
I have already sent a letter that is in my phone. If I can turn here, that all emails and contact has shut down.
Right.
Right? So you block it out. So we have a letter here, which was drafted by our lawyer, indicating that you violate our contract and was not no prices. You have to then say to the people under what condition that we fraud you or we scam you. That is what it is. You understand me? I don't know if you know that Samantha paid $1,000 in two different installments, and when her chaperone came, she paid the next $1,000. I had an opportunity to stop her if all her monies wasn't paid. And you asked a question early, did Samantha pay her $2,000? It's only when her chaperone came. The next one. Then she spoke about Miss Dominica. Miss Dominica had nowhere to stay and all these other things. So prove what you have to prove. Carry me to the court and let us get her arrest. We are waiting patiently on that, please.
Miss Williams. But you brought that up again. But the fact is that the money was paid. I mean, that is not a question. It's not a question. But the fact is that the money was.
What are you speaking about?
Paid. But what I'm saying is.
So wait, let me ask you a question. Are you saying that Samantha has a right to delay her payment, but I don't have a right to do so? It is not. This is not fair. Samantha did not pay her registration and indicated to us that her government that they had agreed to $17,000 and up to now they haven't received their money. Her manager reached out to me and said, Ms. Williams, we are trying our very best to accommodate, but at this point, I will have to send the money from my personal monies because we haven't yet received the money from the government. So you are saying it is okay for Samantha to have a delay in her payment, but I can't have one?
But what was it?
We have to be very balanced. We have to be very balanced.
Miss Williams.
So as far as I'm saying, I haven't committed a crime.
Hold on.
And if I do, I need to know what crime that I committed, because we have all the, if that is what I committed, then all the other pageants who are paying the contestants within a year and also paying their contestants 3 months after the show, when we get locked up, all of us have to be locked up. Right? We have a right.
Samantha,
you understand?
Samantha, I feel like okay, Samantha, why wasn't your money paid?
Junior, Grenada had 9 days to prepare for this show. 9 days to prepare for the show. The first $1,000 I paid it out of my personal funds. You know when you have to wait on the government to do certain things, and it was very last minute, as I said, 9 days. So the government said that they would send up the money. However, Trisha Grant, who was a designer, came in the same day of the show. So they gave Trisha Grant the additional $1,000 to carry up. That is why Miss Williams get the $1,000 the night of the show, and Miss Williams was aware of that. She was aware of the $1,000 coming up when Trisha arrived in St. Vincent, because I left the Monday. She wanted me to be there a week for different appearances, which half of them did not come true. This is why Miss Williams received the $1,000 the night of the show. The government, the National Lottery Authority of Grenada, Trisha Grant received the check, I think it was a Thursday, and Trisha was coming the Friday morning. That is why Miss Williams received the $1,000 the night of the show. And she was aware, because as I told you, we only had 9 days while the other country had months to prepare for this show.
Right. Okay. So the money was paid, but it was paid late. Miss Williams, so I just want to clarify that Samantha is no longer the winner.
No.
Her statue had been revoked, and
yes.
you're stating here that she not even obligated to receive any monies at all whatsoever.
No, not at all, Mr. George. I would like to indicate again that we don't have an obligation when you don't sign our contract to reign for the entire year. I would like to let you know, sir, that if we ask let's say the government of St. Vincent at the Independence celebration, we would like to have our Queen present. We would like to have our Queen at Trinidad Carnival, the heritage in Barbados and what's not. It is called a reign for 1 year. Miss Universe have to reign for entire year. You understand me? Under the brand with a contract. If you refuse, we are not obligated to you, and you are not the only queen that refused to sign the contract. And when you look at the contract that we gave you, regardless of what it is, the court said whether you have a legal contract, yes or no, a contract is a contract. You understand me? So you bring your stuff because you sign our contract. You also indicated that my signature is not on your contract. Now, Mr. George, I would like you to know that if I send you a document and you sign that document, it returned to me, obviously I would sign that contract. Not so? So then you ask and you said on your side that my signature was not there. That is not truth. You understand me? It is not truth. And you also indicated, you understand me, Ms. Trisha Grant was a girl that I introduced you to that you didn't know anything about. You need to come out truthfully and be truthful as a woman that has a daughter. You understand me? All people say, what doesn't take you, take your children. And we don't want to go there, but you have to be very truthful. Very, very truthful. You understand me?
Wow.
If you say to Mr. George, listen, I was very upset with Miss Williams because I have obligation. All Miss Williams have to do is to tell me, pay me my damn money right now. That's it. But don't go about telling these notorious lies. As a pageant director and also a contestant, people are looking at the caliber of your delivery and the way that you handle stuff. Are you the right person that we crowned to set an example for little boys and girls on the street? When you are singing in all your stuff as though we have a riverbank argument, it is not nice. And I'm so happy that this thing came about so we can see and we learn in our forensic the quality of women that we are dealing with.
But Ms. Williams, in all due respect, you haven't answered my question, you know. As to
what is the question, sir? Let me answer your question.
As to on what grounds Samantha violated and now not duly obligated to receive her money.
I am saying to you, sir, Samantha have not agreed to our reign for 1 year. We are not obligated to her. That's my question. That's my answer. Also, Samantha has no right, whether or not that she has a hustle with Sammy Supermarket and she's hustling. You cannot take our name brand and start using it to your to the best of your ability without our acknowledgement. That is breach of contract. It is total disrespect to our brand, and we are not obligated to those sort of behavior without any authorization and have a legal right to disbar you from or to according to these people to disqualify you. Right now, the other thing I'm saying to you, Mr. George, one of the things that I would like to discuss with you tonight. If I invite you to my pageant, right? I decided in my way, in my ethical administration and all my dealings concerning my show. Why would you come from a show in the capacity of a contestant and you have so much information on my administration, my bookings at the hotel and all of that to go out and say to people? How does that show you as a winner that can go out there and represent your government, your tourism and everything else? You know? Mr. George, I love Samantha. The day that she came here until she's ready to leave, Samantha, after all of this, Samantha called, we had a conversation. Samantha said, Miss Williams, I was really confused. It's a lot of things that is happening, a lot of things people tell me. And I said, okay, Samantha, you understand me? What we would like to say that we love you and we'd always remember the participation and the level that you act. But it's so unfortunate. You allow the clouds and the clowns around you to bring you to this point. You know, as I say, Mr. George, I feel that Samantha was set up big time so that she lose her respect and everything. She was set up big time. Big time.
Yeah.
You understand me? Big time. Samantha was set up.
So you don't feel you have nothing to do with not meeting your obligation to the contestant. You don't think that
no, it is not to our standards, sir. And we definitely cannot now. You know, I would have accepted earlier on. Samantha said to me, Miss Williams, I write on behalf of myself and my organization to say that whatever information was given to me, it contaminated my representation. Will you accept me after we have gone through all of this? But you did not. You went to the media without speaking to me. Let me say, Miss Samantha, this is the situation. If this is how you feel and what's not, let us resolve the issue. But you continue to be publishing lies that you know is not truth. You continue.
All right.
Right? And you went to the point. Are you in this show for yourself or you came to damage my name? You went further on to contestants who had nothing to do with this year's pageant, digging up whatever it is has passed in the past. So what is the objective? Are you performing at the show or you come to the show to destroy Miss Plus Size Universe? And I'll say this to you, Mr. George, before you leave.
Yes.
Samantha said, I will never have another show in this country. Then let us see. Because go carry me to court and let us see what we did not do legally or we are practicing fraud. You understand me? We have all our documents. We have always empowered our women. You understand me? And had 17 young ladies that left St. Vincent all successfully won.
All right.
You understand me?
Samantha,
I got.
All right.
Yeah.
Miss Williams. Samantha, a lot said there. Your closing arguments, please. Samantha?
Hi.
Yeah.
Julia, at this point, I have nothing more to say. Miss Williams had so many different sides to her. As I say, we would wait from my lawyers so we can take it from there. I'm done.
All right. Okay. All right.
I'm done.
All right. Okay. All right, guys.
You get your lawyers, and much as you think that your lawyers, you guys are not going to scare me with your nonsense. Bring your lawyers. We are there accepting your lawyers. Bring the officers and what's not, right? Because you are playing with cybercrime. You're going out there, blacklisting our names and what's not. And I maintain, Mr. George, that is the only contestant in many years that we have ever seen had the quality of a queen. Samantha showed up on time, Mr. George. Let me say this to you, right? Why we love the girl when she came here, not knowing what it is. We have had people call in and have text messages that people are calling from Grenada to talk about Samantha. What is her situation? I share this information with my colleagues because we've been having some calls and some text messages coming in from Grenada, okay? Now, let me say this to you. Before now, Samantha came here on time, Mr. George. She showed up on time. She did her her parts on time. Two things that we saw on the night that we can disqualify. We had an indication to all the contestants that they arrived in their t-shirts and the sash, which was violated. That's one on the arrival. Number two, we took Samantha to the hotel, which gave us a contract from the 23rd to the date, which we already have in this in our files, right? Whether or not the hotel said to you that you have to pay, this had nothing to do with us. And Samantha, you have to understand that the flow have the record of every call because the contestants, my phone battery died. And when I got the information, I called the hotel and they spoke with me. I spoke with the manager who told me that her delegate is still at their place, right? Right. Now, you said a little while ago that Ms. Williams said you have to spend 3 days after the pageant. Now, Mr. George, how is it you have a big contention from Grenada? Right? It means if you spend 5 days, your team is not leaving. So we are supposed to accommodate your team and you for 3 days with our funds. You understand me? To accommodate. So bring your lawyers and let them know, you understand me, that we have our information correctly and legally done. And we have been practicing for many years. And as you said, that the girls who said in their time that they win their prizes, bring the girls. You understand me? Because as long as the woman refused to sign the contract, we're not obligated to them. So let them give the contract that they sign and say that we did not give them the price.
Ms. Williams, hold on a second. In all honesty, I received a number of calls from previous contestants who made claims that they're waiting on their money too. So Samantha is not the only one that's making those claims.
George, because they will have to show the contracts that they did not sign.
Well, it's a simple
we are
process,
not obligated to anybody.
Ms. Williams, it's a simple thing. You know better than that. It's a simple process. You promote an event. You told the contestant that they would win X, Y, and Z. At the end of the night, they win. You pay them X, Y, Z. It's not difficult. It's not brain science. You don't have no nitty-gritty. Or if you do this, or if you walk this way, if you say this, you're making it difficult, and you're making it look as if you're not operating above the board. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, it's simple. You promote an event. You ask contestants to pay into this event. They paid, hoping that they would win this money, and not look at the small fine print. So if you didn't do this, if you did do this, if you call me this name, or if you say this about me, if you say this about my organization, and all this nitty-gritty stuff, then I'm not obligated to pay you. Because again, Samantha ain't the only one who came, called, or communicated with me and provided evidence that they participated in your show and they did not get paid. Nevertheless, I'm still waiting on the document. Ms. Williams, I really want those documents that you said that you would send to me. I haven't gotten anything as yet, but hopefully you can send that to me so I could publish that out. But thank you so much, Ms. Williams, for chatting with us and giving your point of view on this. And thank you so much, Samantha, for your participation in this conversation as well. Ms. Williams, as soon as you get the information, you can send it off to me. I'll be more than happy and delighted to post it out. All right?
Right. So thank you so much for the time. All right?
Yes.
You guys need to be truthful always.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right.
You're welcome.
All right, cool. Bye-bye. Right along live, guys, we are thirsty for our commercial break. We got to tell you this, guys, that right along live, the riders in Grenada, you guys getting ready for the to rent or to come out on an excursion with us. Now, you could rent our e-bikes, our powerful e-bikes at our kiosk for only $99 per day. That's $99 per day. We'll give you more information on that We'll be right back. You're watching Ride Along Live.
Grenada, our beautiful pure island, is turning 50. And what better way to celebrate than with an evening that captures our heart, our spirit, our journey. Welcome to Up From Here, an experience of our past, present, and future. Join us at the National Cricket Stadium on Friday, February 2nd, as we revel in a spectacular showcase of Grenadian talent from our very own shores and from across the seas. Our artists are coming home to celebrate with us. Experience the rhythms that rocked our past and melodies that map our future. Live bands, sensational artists, dynamic dancers, all on one stage. And the best part, it's absolutely free. Gates open at 7 p.m. Showtime 8 p.m. Come early. Bring your family. Bring your friends. Let's fill the stadium with our pride, our joy, our unity. 50 years of music, talent, and creativity. This is our moment, Grenada. Let's celebrate. It's only up from here together. Stay connected to our social media pages for updates at Grenada Turns 50.
Are you planning to take a trip to Grenada? Well, yes, this is the season. 'Tis the season. It's like Carnival in February, guys. Book with JetBlue. Check out JetBlue.com right now. JetBlue have 2 non-stop flights from JFK right now. Go to JetBlue.com. They have the morning flight and the evening flight, late evening flight to Grenada. And of course, if you live in Boston, JetBlue operates 1 flight per month, right? 1 flight per week on a Saturday. Fly with JetBlue. Book right now with JetBlue.com and see you in Grenada for Independence 2024 50th anniversary celebration.
United as one.
A spectacular evening awaits you as the Grenada Independence Anniversary Committee of New York, under the auspices of the Consulate General of Grenada and guest of honor, Prime Minister the Honorable Dickon Mitchell, invite every Grenadian to join in celebrating Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence with our Golden Jubilee Gala. Enjoy the evening of Saturday, January 27th with exquisite cuisine, live entertainment, all in the vibrant and sophisticated atmosphere of the Anthems at 9643 Springfield Boulevard in Queens. Don't miss this opportunity to honor Grenada's milestone achievement. Limited seats are still available for a donation of $225. Reserve your seat now by calling the Grenada Consulate at 212-599-0301, Nick Cox at 347-528-3038, or Frances Purcell at 917-282-9405. Celebrate Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence with the Golden Jubilee Gala. Reserve your tickets now and be a part of history.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
Guys, if you have a business and you want to advertise, you got to advertise with Ride Along Live. Reach more on Ride Along Live. Call right now for more information. Ride Along Live. Call 718-701-5720. Or, of course, you can inbox us for more information. Send your business viral when you advertise on Ride Along Live. Advertise with us and reach millions daily, weekly, monthly. Yeah, over 10 million per month. It pays to advertise with us. Reach more and let us send your business viral. Advertise with us and reach more. Yeah, guys. All right, so here's my final thoughts on this situation here involving Samantha Harris and the Miss Plus Size Universe pageant. Now, I firmly believe, as a promoter myself, I dibble and dabble in events, and I have a mass band. I've done a lot of things, guys. And one of the obligations that you have as a promoter or as someone who put out events, or even if you're not a promoter, you are just an event manager, whatever it is, guys. Oftentimes you need to have service providers, right? So you may have a DJ, you may have what have you, someone who brought the tent, someone who brought the chairs, whatever, service providers. Regardless of how that event turned out, you cannot just automatically decide not to pay your service providers. Your event could make zero. You have to have measures in place to take care of your service provider. Now, where I think one of the things I think Miss Williams went wrong in is that I don't know if she did not properly secure her sponsorship. I don't know, right? But if you secure your sponsorship, meaning that you have contractual agreement with your sponsors, it'll be very difficult for a sponsor to just drop you like that and say, well, you can't meet your obligations anymore and they have to fall out. They have to leave. That have to be in black and white. You have to tell me, because I'm relying on your money. Because if your money don't come true, it make me look bad, right? Sponsors can't just drop you like a hot bread like that, right? So I don't know if that was secured, because from what I'm hearing from the event had about 15 to 20 people in there. So obviously, the funds or the monies from the event itself, the ticket cost and bar, whatever else, could not even by any stretch of the imagination, fulfill the obligation, the financial obligation of the event. So there is no way that Samantha and others could have gotten paid based on the door, right? So the sponsors, whether they drop out, whether they decided not to have any relations, whether they decided to whatever, I don't know what happened. Clueless as to what happened. But that have to be secured. That is like promotion 101, right? Because the success of paying your service provider lies in that monies, and you cannot rely on your bar receipt and your door receipt to pay those obligations. That is just 101. Promoter 101. All right. Let's open up the phone lines for a quick conversation, guys. If you let me get your view on this. Let me open up the phone lines because I couldn't open it up earlier because Samantha was on the line. Tying up this particular line. So I'll open the phone lines right now. 718-701-5720. What's your thoughts on this? What's your whole thought on this whole situation? One, Samantha, spending and obtaining this money, paying to be at this event, expecting to win, not only her, other contestants. And now to find out that you won, and because of whatever technicalities on whatever technical grounds, you would not be paid. Or the event would not meet the obligation to pay you. Let's take this call right here. Caller, you live. Where are you calling us from? Yeah, caller, you live. Go right ahead.
Hey, Junior, what's up?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, watching this whole argument,
I think
Miss Williams
hold on. You're kind of echoing a lot, so I don't know if you have me on speakerphone.
I'm inside a building.
Oh, it's sounding real echoey.
Yeah.
So just make your point quickly. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was trying to say the argument between Miss Williams and Miss Samantha. Let's two of them arguing. I find like something do adding up because the way Miss Williams is talking is like she have a lot and Bob and lot thing. We are.
All right, we're not
answering.
Yes. I wasn't hearing you too clear. I wasn't hearing you too clearly. I don't know if you want to get in a better signal area and call us back. 718-701-5720. That's 718-701-5720. Let's get your views on it. Remember, when you're calling, guys, I want you to turn down your audio, turn down your background audio as well, so we don't get that echo. All right. 718-701-5720. And I'm also still waiting on Ms. Williams to send me some information. As soon as those information becomes available, I'll make sure to post it out. All right, caller, live. Could you tell us where you're from and turn on your background audio, please? Hello?
Hi, can you hear me? Hello?
Do me a favor, caller. Turn down your TV or your computer. Turn it all the way down. Just have a phone conversation with me.
Okay, yeah, it's down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Anika.
Yes.
People know me as Harmony. Other people might know me as the Nutmeg Princess. And if we're establishing a protocol where Miss Pearl was given all her accolades, I'm actually a brand manager and an influencer. So I know a little bit about brands and, NDAs and stuff like that. She was saying that she has now rescinded the title from Samantha because of the things that she would have said on social media or to the blogs or whoever. And that's not quite how you operate as a brand, as she was calling her farce of a show. When I work with brands as an influencer, we sign an NDA, yes. That NDA goes for as long as up to 2 years. In most cases, is the length of time that they give you for an NDA. However, if, let's say, I use a skincare product from a brand and I've used it, I've given my review on it, but later on down the line, something happens, I have accountability to take to my followers or my following to say, hey, I used this product months ago. I gave y'all a review as it stands to live up to my responsibility to the brand, but here's what, it started making me break out. And these are the problems that I face with it. That's not within my NDA to say, it's not proprietary information. It's facts, know, and facts. That cannot be, you can't take me to court for that. It's not hearsay, it's a fact. Your product made me break out, even though you would have paid me X amount of money to review or to participate in your brand.
Right.
So Miss Pearl going on about rescinding and, she's taking back the title because of what she said on social media, that cannot stand. On top of that, if you as a brand ask somebody to participate in something and you decide not to pay them or to delay payment, as she was saying, because that's what she was saying, she was delaying the payment because of financial constraints and whatnot.
Right.
Samantha is well within her right to take that lady to court, and she will win because she signed a contract and the contract was not breached by Samantha. It was breached by Miss Pearl at the moment when she decided or she found out that she cannot pay the $2,000 or whatever it was on the night. That's in the contract. It's on black and white paper.
Yes.
Samantha could come and say, hey, you know what? I understand the situation and whatever. And then decide, you know what? I want my money now. Verbal agreements don't stand against black and white contracts where both parties are signed.
Right.
That's my 2 cents. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much, caller. We really appreciate you and continue to do your work as an influencer. All right? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, good. 718-701-5720. Very important information there. I didn't get her name though, but very vital information. It will take 2 more calls. 718-701-5720. And on a programming, well, not on a programming note, I still haven't received the emails or the information, the WhatsApp information. And as soon as I do, I will let you guys know. I will publish it so you guys would see the information that was promised to me by Miss Williams. But that information is not yet in my inbox, so I'm still waiting. 718-701-5720, guys. Let's take this call. Hold on. Let's put this caller through. Caller live. Where you calling us from?
I'm turn my TV down.
Hey, how you doing? My brother?
I'm doing okay.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah. I was looking at that show, and this Miss Williams, she seemed to be. She controlled the show. She even tried to control you by talking over you, and also the contestant.
Right.
But the thing about it, all I saw from that woman was divergent, and she would not answer the question to the par. Now, saying that her sponsors did not do this or did not do that doesn't cut it. I had a business where I have to pay my workers. I had a contract. And sadly to say, I had the contract from a Canadian guy. And he never paid me. And when you have a business or you're running something like that, you must have those funds there to pay your workers or whoever it is, because my contractor not paying me has nothing to do with the people doing their job.
Sure.
So Samantha has all right to be paid, and coming up with all of these divergent. Every time you ask a question, she go back to something. It's divergent, divergent, divergent. I know you always say don't be rude, don't be disrespectful, and so on. And I like your show for that. But in some cases, frankness and rudeness could be two different things. I think Samantha was just being frank to say this is who you are.
Right.
And clearly, from Miss Williams, with all the divergent and all the coming up with all kind of crap, put it that way, even bringing up the Trinidad and Tobago lottery thing, which is totally out of sync with that. It's just a way to see she can cover up, and she sells herself out more by trying to all the excuses, trying to talk over you, trying to cut you off, trying to cut Samantha off, and everything to control the narrative and making herself a fool.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, caller.
Samantha has all right to be paid, regardless to what. But it was a good show. It's interesting.
Right.
Okay,
right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much. Caller Live, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from St. Vincent Jr.
St. Vincent. St. Vincent?
You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, St. Vincent.
Yes. Go ahead, St. Vincent.
Now, let me explain something to you, Junior. Let me explain something to you. You see that lady Paul Williams?
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you, let me start with Butex International. You see Butex International? People don't want to hear that. None of the mass bands in St. Vincent want to hear that name because she's very rascal. One. And I want to say this with no apology. She does build, she will take one costume and turn it into 12 different sections. You understand? Secondly, this thing has been going on for a very long while, Junior. Very, very long while. Very long while. It's not the first time, it's not the second time, it's not the third time, not the fourth time, not the fifth time. But people still yet going to partake of the shows. You understand? But all I want Miss Samantha Harris to do is to come very hard at Miss Williams. Use Miss Williams as an example. Come very hard. Very, very, very hard at Paul Williams because she's very light. One, up to now, I'm still waiting for she send you these documents. Two, she's saying Grenadine's house and Grenadine's house and Grenadine's house. Listen to me. Listen. You see, this thing pisses me off. Samantha Harris, if you're hearing me, I want you to come with everything you have for Miss Williams because she's too bright. She been listen to me, Samantha. I want you to come for all the contestants that she been doing this thing long before, because this is something that she's constantly doing. And I was told that she tell one of her colleagues that she put up 2 shows like this, and her mortgage will be paid off. And this somebody need to put Miss Paul as an example.
All right.
They need to do that.
Right,
so Samantha Harris, come very hard.
Yeah.
Everything in that, come hard. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your input on this topic right here, guys. I know that I think GoToFed has a link right now that we're going to paste here to help support Samantha Harris in this particular time. So I'll paste the link there. So if you want to support that, you can click it and make a donation, $5, $10, whatever you can to assist Samantha at this particular time. Let's go back to the phone lines right now. We got a caller. Caller Live, where are you calling us from?
Hi, good night. How are you doing?
Yes, good.
I am the chaperone for Miss St. Vincent.
Yes.
And the Grenadines.
Yes.
I would like to say something before I go into what I have to say. I would like to put this statement out there. Now, Lovisha Tony won in 2018, Miss Big and Beautiful in St. Vincent. And up to this time, Paul has not given her not even 25 cents.
What? Say that again?
Novisha Tony won in 2018, and up to this hour, she has not received 25 cents.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
So let me ask you a question,
No.
Mr. Chaperone. If this has been such a consistent and persistent problem, and you and your team knew about this from since 2017, 2018 and onwards, right? Why haven't anyone sound the alarm?
Listen to me. The reason why Novisha did not say anything is because Novisha had signed a contract stating that she has to go into this recent pageant.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
She had signed a contract. So we didn't want to fall into any problems. So we went along smoothly.
I see.
Because I know this was coming. Paul need to stop this nonsense. And it's time the Vincentians wake up and put Paul in her place. She needs to stop.
Wow. Okay.
And me and her had a clash, you know. We had a clash. But I would not get into that details. But Paul, I am putting it out there. You need to pray and ask God to forgive you for all the wickedness that you do to people. You need to stop it. You need to stop. There's a God watching you. There is a God watching you. And I'm so sorry for the driver. I'm so sorry. He know a lot, He know a lot. But if only I could have get him to come on to this program.
Yeah.
Paul, change your ways. Change your ways.
Yeah.
Amend your ways. Have a good night.
All right, thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much. We take last call, and we're gonna wrap it up. We're already hour or so over time. Caller, you live? Where you calling us from? Your final caller.
Hey, Junior.
Yes.
I wanna just something to your attention, right? Now, if I don't have shows and things, right? And in one of my events, the show had a lot of rain. I had to pay the artist then. I still have to pay the artist then, even if I didn't sing.
Yeah.
There was a contract. They come to the show and they sing, but at the end of the day, they showed up on the job. I had to pay them still.
Yeah.
Now, let me rest something in your lap, Junior. No sponsors in St. Vincent will sponsor Paul. I'm telling you this. No sponsors, no business place in St. Vincent will sponsor Paul. So when you're telling the contestants, oh, the sponsors drop out, that is a lie. Sponsors will sponsor. If I'm a girl, I have a cousin, Junior. I have a cousin. She went in on one of Miss Paul's show. Three of the sponsors tell my cousin, do not let Paul know I sponsor you.
Oh, Lord.
So this is something that she be doing. No sponsors in Simmons will sponsor Paul. Yeah. And it is bad when a sponsor has to tell a contestant that do not make the coordinator know I sponsor you. Because they know who the type of person she is. I hear she says she's this and she's that. Junior, it is a lie. And I'm begging people to do not partake in nothing she's having. She's going to do you all the same thing. The Vincentian need to wake up. The Caribbean need to understand who is Paul Williams. They need to, anything she having, no, I don't want to enter. You and your children or your grandchildren or your husband partake in that.
Right.
Samantha Harris, come with everything hard. That's my last contribution.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, St. Vincent. Let's wrap it up here, guys. Yeah, guys, we are done for the night. I would like to thank our sponsors at Ride Along Live, and for those who support and continue to support this platform. Remember, Ride Along Live is where everyone have a story to tell, right? If you have a story you want to share it with our audience, please give us a call, 718-701-5720. If you have a business and you want to advertise and Ride Along Live, you want to send your business viral, give us a call as well. Again, guys, let me make a final appeal to those of you who in Grenada and want to be a part of our excursion ride. Our next ride is going to be in St. Mark, right? This last ride that we had in I had so much fun in St. Mark, I can't get it out of my head. So this last ride we had was St. Mark. Now this ride coming up this Sunday, is going to be in St. Patrick. So if you're in Grenada and you want to be a part of Ride St. Patrick, you have to register now. Thanks for the stars, by the way. And those folks on YouTube, you can give us some super chat as well. We appreciate that. So if you want to be a part, I wish I could show you guys some fun that we had, some pictures of some fun that we had in St. Mark. Where is it? Okay, let me show you guys some pictures, guys. Wow, we had fun. That was some fun. So I can put it up on the screen. Register to be a part of our next excursion ride in St. Patrick. We're riding e-bike, guys. We are on e-bikes, all right? Electronic bikes. And we're all in the mountains, mud. Let me show you just some folks. Let me see if I can pull up some. Okay, this one is one. That's one picture that I have here. There we go. Right, so that's Kenroy Batiste and Landy right there. They're on e-bikes. That's coming up there in St. Mark. Let me tell you guys, we had so much fun. And we will have so much more fun in St. Patrick. So register right now. We have 5 bikes remaining. 5 bikes with your name on it. If you want to be a part of it, hit us up right now, 718-701-5720, or you could, not 718, 473-422-1011. Call that number or inbox that number and register, or click that link and register, pay and register, and confirm your spot next week. Now, the following week, we are going to be doing a Grenada Independence ride. Right? And it's going to be a really amazing ride as well. Okay? For more information, guys, call us. Number is 473-422-1011. We want to see you there.
You ready for an exhilarating adventure? Then look no further than Ride Excursions and Tours. Get ready to explore the great outdoors like never before with our powerful e-bikes. Discover breathtaking sightseeing tours around the island. Feel the wind in your hair and experience nature in its purest form. Now, whether you're a seasoned rider or a beginner, our e-bikes are perfect for everyone. Call us at 473-422-1011 to book your excursion, or visit ridersebikes.com. That's ridersebike.com to reserve your spot. Unleash your adventurous spirit with Ride Excursions and Tours, where every journey becomes an unforgettable adventure.